Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important example related to template driven form, where we will see how to put a required field validation. We all know that whenever we are talking about the forms, validations are very important, right? So in this session, we will talk about the required field validation, and in upcoming session one by one we will cover all possible scenarios where we can perform the validation using template driven form. Okay, but before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use template driven form with required field validation. Okay, and for the sequential content you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. So from there you can take a reference and you can try to create the same, because there are more than 3000 plus free resources available in Hindi as well as English language. So according to your need or requirement you can go through the content. Okay, alright, so now let's get started. Here you can see currently I'm in app.component.html file, where I have one main heading that shows Angular course by Sharmit, and then we have secondary heading that shows the topic name, that is template driven form in Angular for required field validation. Okay, so we have these two headings with one horizontal row. So we have one horizontal row as well here. So this horizontal row will help us to separate the headings with the actual content. Okay, this is just a horizontal row. Now what we will do, I'll explain you the requirement first. So requirement is that we want to create one input field, okay, and that particular field should act as a mandatory field. Okay, so although involves multiple fields are there, but I just to explain the things in simple way, we will create only one field, and that field will be a mandatory field. Okay, so let's say if user touched any or with that field, there should be one button which will help us to submit the form, but the condition is that if user didn't provide anything there, button will not get enabled. In case if user put something and just clear it again, then in that case it will throw the message that yes, it should not be blank, there should be something in the field, because it is a mandatory field, right? And it can we can change the color of the text as per the error. So that is what we are going to expect from our application. So to demonstrate this thing, what we will do, we will go one by one. So firstly I'll create one form here. So this is my form, and here to this form I will assign some template reference variable. So I can write here my form equal ng form. Okay, so let me put it like this. Then we have ng submit equal, and then we will write here on submit my form. So basically what we are going to do here, we have created one form and we have assigned the template reference variable as my form, so that whenever we want to access this form we will use this term my form. Okay, and then we are using ng submit to submit to call or execute one method, that is on submit. Now you can see currently it is highlighting two things. One is ng form and another one is on submit. Why? Because we haven't declared anything yet, right? So for ng form we should import the module, and on submit should be declared. So that thing maybe either we can do right now, or maybe we can do once we will move to the app.component.ts file. Okay, so for now let it be as it is, because we know why it is coming as error. Now we will move forward and we will create one label here. This label will show username. Okay, so this is a username, and after this we will write here input, and in input we will mention one by one all the required thing. First is type, so we are sure that we are going to accept the text here. Then second thing we will write here name, and we will assign the name as username. Okay, and then we will write here ng model After ng model we will write here required. Then we will assign the name again. So you can see username equal, and then we will write here ng model. So this will help us to capture this value. Currently it is showing error because we will fix it like once it is for ng forms module are imported, it will solve the issue. Okay, fine. Now still now, like, we have just created one label that will come as a heading for the field, and then we have this input field which where we specified that the type of this field is text, name would be username, ng model required, and username is assigned to ng model. Now after this, what we will do, we will write the logic for error condition. So for that just write like this, error message. Okay, error message. And in this error message we will define the things like, firstly I'll define the div, and in this div I will write star ng if, and here we will check if username dot if username is invalid, %, 2 time n, username is touched. So we just want to make sure that only if user touched the input field, then only we want to execute it. Okay, so in that case we will apply the style, and style color should be red. Okay, so this is the thing, and in this particular situation we will show the message as a paragraph, and the paragraph will show username is required. Is required. If you want to show any alert box, that is also fine, but for now I'm just using this text. Okay, now everything is ready, just except one thing, because we haven't added button yet, so it's time to add the button. So just write here button. In button we will write here submit, and in submit we will mention type as submit. Okay, and after this we will make sure that it will be disabled until unless user fill and pass all the validation. So for that we will write here disabled, and here I will refer my form, that is my form dot invalid. So till my form is invalid, it will be disabled. Clear? Alright, so I think now HTML part is ready, except 3 errors. Like you can see there are 3 errors, so let's fix one by one. So for that we will go to app.component.ts file. Here, like you can see, ngif is coming, but this is not the correct location, so it might get you error. So let's clear it now, and here one by one we will define the things. So firstly I will write forms module. So you can see currently there are 4 errors, right? So forms module, and let me show you what all 4s. 1, 2, 3, these are the 4 words, and also for this. Okay, 4 errors are there. So firstly I will write here forms module, then we will write here ng if only one is left, that is for button. Okay, so only button is left, so not button means the method is left. So for that what we will do, we will expand this. Here I will write on submit, opening closing parenthesis form, then colon, and then we will write here ng form. Okay, then opening closing curly braces, and here we will firstly print the values. So console.log, and inside this we will write here form values, comma, and make sure that here you will just write form.values, not form.value. Let me show you. Okay, something is wrong, I think. Oh, forms module. No, we don't want to write forms module. It should be, okay, I think here also I made a mistake, so it should be form. Okay, then we will write here form dot value. So here you will find multiple options, so make sure that you select the form value, not values. Okay, and if you want to populate any alert box, that you can also show. So alert form is submitted. Perfect. Put the semicolon required, and then we are good. So now you can run the application. So ng serve -- open, enter. Just wait for a few seconds, it will show you the output, then we will verify it. Okay, so it is coming like this, looks good. So here you can see, firstly we have got the heading, that is Angular course by Sharmit. Then we have template driven form example in Angular, required field validation, one horizontal row is there, one label is there, input field, and button is disabled. Why? Because we haven't filled it yet. Okay, so if I write here Sharmit, okay, let me open the console so that we can verify the things. So inspect console. Here if I click on submit, you will see one message is coming because we added the form alert box, so form is submitted. Also we have got the required value, that is form value is username Sharmit. Perfect. Then how we will get that error condition? So for that, let's say if I clear this field now, it is touched now, right? So in case of invalid and touched, it will throw the message username is required. Yeah, and also the button is disabled. So this is how we can validate the form field and make it we can make it mandatory using the required keyword. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Sharmit.